What's going on, Rockstar? I haven't seen you in a long time, haven't spoken to you in a while. It's been since January, gosh, 2 years. 2 years was my last video that I recorded online on the interwebs. And I think that was a podcast. So it's been a minute. I'm here because the matter is urgent, and I have been in hibernation. My partner and I, we bought a ranch out here in Montana. That's Plato. And we live in this just paradise in Montana now. And so we took a couple months off from our training season. We train people in NLP and neurolinguistic programming, if you don't know what that means, and how to be the top 1% in their industries, a lot of business owners, sales professionals, et cetera. And so I came here now to begin to talk to you about how to prepare for what's coming. And I know for sure there will be at least 3 videos in this series to help you recession-proof yourself as a timeshare sales rep. What a lot of people don't know is that when I entered the industry of timeshare sales, it was April of 2009. We were amidst the worst of the economy at that time. It was bad, right? Now, by the time I got in a few months prior, they had already changed all the financing rules. We were no longer able to finance C credit unless they put 50% down. And a lot of things had really changed and tightened up. So I came in, if you don't know my story, I'll give you the 30,000-foot view of it. Sold my first deal on day 5 and started selling deals left and right. About 5 weeks. And then I hit a brick wall. Couldn't sell it, couldn't give it away, there was such a big wall in front of me. I couldn't go around it, through it, whatever. It just was so frustrating for me because I didn't know what I didn't know. I didn't know what I was doing wrong. I didn't know why people didn't want to buy what they were just buying from me a few weeks before, like hotcakes, right? Like it was just so easy for me to sell, and then it wasn't. So as I worked my process over those 5 weeks, which were the longest 5 weeks of my life, I came and I found what I now call the 5 steps to becoming a peak performer and rockstar closer. And that's one of our courses that we sell, our signature program. And it was in that discovery of those 5 steps that one of the things that really occurred to me, and it's not the actual step, but it's within the step, is that I chose to have a completely different mindset than everybody else on the sales floor. Whereas everyone else who had been there for a year, 2, 3, 9, 7 years, I mean, a long time. And the number 1 top performing site in the company, off-site sales center in the company, there were a lot of heavy hitters, and they'd been doing it a while, but they also came with their own brand of, you know what, BS. And just because you're top rep doesn't mean that you have the psychology to make it through all storms or winter all storms. Most do. But that one was a unique one. And what I realized real quickly was that my beliefs had changed. They started to other people on the sales floor had started to get into my, what was once impenetrable mindset, impenetrable beliefs. And upon that discovery, I was like, oh my God, this is major. I realized that I needed to do one thing, and that was manage my beliefs. So the 3 ways, and there's going to be at least 3 ways because I'm very clear on those, at least 3 now, it might be more, but the 3 ways to really make this a recession-proof for you as a timeshare sales rep is to manage your beliefs. So what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is everybody else on your sales floor, each individual has their own set of beliefs, and those beliefs govern their life. They have beliefs for how they run their relationships. They have beliefs for health, beliefs for finances, and they have beliefs for their timeshare sales game, their business. And some of those beliefs are that the top reps are getting, fed, hand-fed tours, right? Maybe that's one of their beliefs. Maybe it's that they only give A1 credit to the top reps, which is pretty much what I just said, in a way. And Another belief could be, God, December's a terrible month. That could be a belief for someone in particular. Another belief could be, oh my God, nobody buys during the recession. People don't have money. People have bad credit. People are defaulting on home loans and all kinds of things. Those are beliefs that are out there, and they're prevalent out there. And so what started to happen was that those beliefs started getting into my head. And when I realized this, it changed the game for me. It completely changed the game for me. So the first step to recession-proofing yourself during this recession is to manage your beliefs. And you get to choose. Here's the thing about beliefs. You get to choose what your beliefs are. You get to choose if they're disempowering and they cause you to not sell a deal for a few days, weeks, months, heck, maybe the entire recession. You won't be at your job long, but you certainly get to choose. You get to choose if your beliefs allow your bank account to grow or diminish, and maybe even go into the negative. You get to choose if your beliefs support your reality. And that is 100% the truth. You get to choose if your beliefs will allow you to get tours and not get tours, okay? And the reality is that whatever those particular beliefs are for you, you will manifest that reality in your life. You will manifest that reality in your life. Thought, where energy goes, let me say this, where energy goes, thought flows. Where energy goes, thought flows. Where thought flows, energy goes, right? And so if there is a thought and there's energy moving to that thought, then what happens is that thought becomes made manifest in this universe. We are electromagnetic beings, right? We are always attracting to us that which we are thinking and that which we are really feeling. And you couple that thought with that feeling, right? That magnetic feeling, good or bad, doesn't matter. Good or bad, positive or negative vibration, doesn't matter. What happens is you're attracting and manifesting that thing to you. Now, here's the difficult part. How do you stop yourself from manifesting the thing that you fear? Well, the truth is that you have to reprogram your mind into not being fearful. You have to reprogram your mind into stopping the fear that is out there and that is prevalent in the world right now. And we'll talk more about this over the course of this series. So you must first get clear on what are your current beliefs. What are they for you? Because your beliefs are not the person sitting next to you's beliefs at work. They're very different. And so one of the things that I would ask you or invite you to do is to sit with a piece of paper or a journal and write. And we write out this. Recession to me means blank. A recession to me means blank. And write what comes out. Whatever comes up for you. You can write that down right now. A recession to me, or an upcoming, so add that word in because it is upcoming. An upcoming recession to me means blank. If some would say we're already in it. Means blank. And I don't want just one thing. I want you to start rattling off things. What does it mean? What does it mean for your income? What does it mean for your performance at work? What does it mean for your relationship? What does it mean for every area of your life? A recession to me means. Those are going to tell you what your beliefs are. And then I want you to add this other question with your journaled response after. Making money during a recession is blank. Making money during a recession is blank. And spill out everything that comes out for you. And I want you to look at this list. These are your unconscious beliefs. You've now made them conscious. These are your unconscious beliefs that are now made conscious. There's power in that, first of all. So congrats for bringing what was once unconscious, conscious. And now I want you to ask yourself, are these beliefs true? Are they true? And are they always true? Could there be a possibility that one or more of these beliefs is not true? Could there be somebody else who has a differing belief? This is a good question that could be creating a different result. And if that's the case, what I want you to do is I want you to write down what a more empowering belief is for you. For all of those negative beliefs, write a more empowering belief. If there's one about your tours, it means there won't be any tours or low tour flow. Well, what's an empowering belief for you? I don't care if it happens. What's the belief that you get to install and instill in your unconscious mind that will change your reality, that will manifest your reality to you when you actually believe it? When you actually believe it, that's the key. So you can say it, but now we got to get it into actual the unconscious mind, past what we call the critical factor or the critical barrier that blocks the conscious mind from the unconscious mind. So you got to believe it. What are those beliefs? And if you don't know, I want you to talk to some other sales reps. Only the top sales reps, if there's anybody selling at least $200,000 minimum consistently per month or more, I want you to connect with that sales rep and for a long time, like your top, they're selling a couple million easily per year. I want you to connect with that sales rep and I want you to ask them, what do you believe about the recession and how it's going to impact your sales? And I want you to take a notepad and I want you to write it down. What do you believe specifically about the recession coming up? What about what it means for your sales? What about if, and the moment you hear something negative, be like, thanks, got what I needed. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Clearly not the right person to be asking. And you go to the next person. Now, if you don't have that person on your sales floor, then what are you going to do? Well, you're going to get creative and you're going to think, if I was a top performing sales rep, a top 1%er, what would I believe? What would I need to believe to be able to thrive through this recession? And make that stuff up, make it up. I don't care what it is, make it up. Even if you don't consciously believe it right now, make it up. And of course you don't consciously believe it, or it wouldn't have come out, right? The way that you had written it as a belief out of your unconscious mind. And I want you to write that down. I want you to sit with it. And I want you to say, okay, if I believed X, Y, and Z, that getting tours was easy, that I could easily make $300,000 and more this year, right? Are these beliefs that would support me in actually doing that? Yes or no? With each one of those. And look at your goals and your outcomes for this year that you desire to have and achieve. And ask yourself, will these specific beliefs support me in attaining that? If the answer is yes, great, keep them. If the answer is no, then get rid of them and change them. Okay, so you've got to manage your beliefs and install new empowering beliefs in replace of the old ones that just don't work, the ones that are going to get you broke, that are going to get you either laid off or fired, or because you won't be selling, your bank account to negative. Zero, right? And so here's the thing. What I did during those 4 months, when I finally broke through that slump and I realized, oh my God, this was what I was missing. I have a whole course on it now. And I broke through. What happened then was I spent the next 4 months before they closed the sales site down, selling a lot of deals and making a lot of money. And this is the opportunity that's here for you. Am I saying that your sales site's going to close down? No, I'm not saying that. Am I saying they're going to lay off? You know, we closed down 100 sales offices that year, over 100 that year. Ours was the #1 top performing sales office and it closed down. All of the offsite sales offices closed down. I don't know that that's going to happen to you. I certainly don't want to be the predictor of that. And isn't it good to be prepared? Isn't it good to set yourself up and your family up for success? Because if you haven't been preparing yet, there is no more time. There is no more time to wait. So stay tuned to the next video in this series. You want to hit subscribe if you haven't yet done that to the Timeshare Sales Mastery YouTube page, somewhere around this video, and click to receive notifications so you get notification of the next video in the series. This is important stuff. I hope that you are paying attention and that you are listening to the urgency in my tone of voice, because this video right here in the series of videos has the opportunity, or avails you the opportunity, to really set yourself up for success for a significant period of time. What I love about this industry is that you have the ability to make a lot of money in a very short period of time. A lot of money in a short period of time that can ride you out for a long period of time. Most people do not have that opportunity. And if you want additional support, go to timesharesalesmastery.com to watch our latest masterclass on the 5 shifts to becoming a peak performer and rockstar closer. It's timesharesalesmastery.com. We'll see you there.